Well, it has been a long 5 months.
Yep.
It has been
5 months and 12 days.
5 months and 12 days. Well, since
11.
December
First.
1st was the last time he was here.
Yep.
It is my co-host, my web design slave,
Slave. Hey, yo.
and all-around music specialist, I would say, in your own right. When it comes to some things,
Pretty much.
you have
Pretty much,
you have a better taste in music than me for some things.
Depends on the genre.
But anyway, it's Bruno. So Bruno, welcome back. It's lovely to have you here again. We've never done one of these before where we actually have a sit-down conversation and talk with each other.
Yeah, no, because every time we try it, we just started doing bullshit.
We start doing the mixes.
And that was basically just me doing a mix. Every time we're like, oh, yeah, we're going to talk. We're going to do a talking show. I was like, let's turn the mixer on. And it goes downhill from there.
Well, because I remember it was July you were here. And I think the last real talking thing that we did was when we did the Balkan prank calls where the infamous Nicola clip was done, right?
Yeah. That was... I mean, when I was here in December, we had like that short 2-minute
intro when you came in. And,
kind of.
Yeah.
That was something. But that was short.
It was very short. And it was like, what, you just came in, you were talking about how we're going to go to McDonald's. And then we just fucked off to McDonald's.
What should we do? Let's turn on the mixer. I said like, oh, and after we should go to McDonald's. You're like, of course. What exactly did you say? Like, oh, of course. Or like,
I think it was like,
oh, of course we should.
Of course we should.
Of course we should. I love it. Obviously, like I just said like, oh, we should go to the McDonald's after because it was the McDonald's and Yugati with the whole DJ. I saw that they're doing it again now.
They're doing it again?
I saw ads like all over the city while coming in from the airport now. They're doing it again in Yugati.
I thought it was like for a Christmas kind of a countdown, like when there's a special event or something.
I thought so as well, but I saw now they're doing it again. So, of course we should.
Of course we should go there. But anyway, Bruno has done all of the web design and client-side development, I would say, for the most part of
the whole website. Managing.
Graphics like you're seeing on these mic caps.
Everything is beautiful. Logo as well. I'm actually really proud of our logo.
Me too. And it gives back to the city that we're broadcasting in, right?
And I've actually got like, once I explained it to some of my friends what it actually is, they were like, oh, that makes a lot of sense. Because like technically, as you can see, the red and green triangles are from the Budapest flag. I mean, they're not in a circle, but it's from the flag. Yeah. Since we're based in Budapest, we're called BPXtra. It only makes more sense. My friend Marco, he said it'll make it even better if your name starts with a P. Because then it'll be Budapest and also Bruno and
Peter or something. No. Petty.
Petty.
I don't know.
Or some shit like that, yeah.
But let's go back to the fundamentals of BPXtra 2 because this started a year ago. We did the first anniversary. We did nothing for that first anniversary.
And by the way, our anniversary was on the day that was like International Radio Day or something like that.
Yes, it was. That
was completely accidental. And remember how I said like, oh, I'm going to do like 3 mixes, like a Croatian, Hungarian, and a worldwide or like international mix?
You did the Croatian one.
I need to do a Hungarian one at some point.
But even with that, BPXtra, it's grown into something that, you know, we're taking parts of Budapest and having conversations, doing things here.
Absolutely.
But we're also like talking with other people, bringing their cultures into it and talking about it because, you know, it's a very international city, I would say, Budapest. It's become more internationalized over the past few years.
Definitely. I mean, even me like landing today at the airport, I'm looking around. It's like I see so many people with like Hungarian IDs, but it's obvious like they came here. But I'm like, it's nice to see. You know, it's nice to see that there's a like different cultures as well. Multiple like people to me. You never know, like some interesting stories. I mean, remember when during July when we went to the Red Cart, and then when we were outside, there was like this guy that we met from like where was he or something? He was studying here.
He was I don't know if he was Indian or from somewhere down south in Southeast Asia.
Southeast Asia. I forgot where he's from, but it was like we just randomly linked up with some dude in the club, and then we had like this group of there was like 5 or 6 of us then.
You were
Just,
talking
like,
with the
going
Dutch
around.
people, and they were like, "I'm going to Eindhoven. I'm going there. Tell me more. What do you think about the place?" And well, you were curious.
Yeah, I was curious back then. Now I know well what it is. And having Dutch roommates, oh my god, that's a whole story on its own.
Mm-hmm.
That is, I cannot wait to move out.
So Bruno has been dorming in the
Yeah.
the Technical University of Eindhoven, I think is the name, right?
Yeah, I think it's I think the full name is Eindhoven University of Technology, or is the other way around? It's basically a combination of University of Technology and Eindhoven in
Mm-hmm.
whatever order it is. I don't even know the correct name of my uni.
I don't know if that's bad or not, but
Let's
hey.
just say TUE because that's like the short, and everybody says TUE, like the logo is TUE.
So Bruno has been there, and I set him up very well before he went off with a few things. Gave him a few gifts.
And I'm getting a new camera right now, the one you can see me on right now.
One of them.
One of them.
Get two at the same time.
I'm gonna have two angles in my room for as a webcam. It's like I'll have 4K cameras as just webcams.
Hey, but it's the quality. It's the quality.
Yeah, the quality that's gonna be seen on Teams.
Oh, no, not like that.
Mm.
But Bruno and I, most of our friendship has been through
Fun side.
Fun
we
side.
met at Fun
We
Side
met at
first.
Fun Side.
Not a fun side.
2019. I met Bruno because he was this little kid.
But first year, I was mostly just leeching off your hotspot.
For the most part, yeah. Well,
First
a lot of
year.
people did.
Not as bad as Mark.
Mark, that's a different ballgame.
That was the second year though.
That was my
That was
third
the second
year.
time we were. Then
Yeah.
that's when I moved into your room.
Mm-hmm.
That's when Mark was leeching off hotspot. He's like the hotspot man.
Oh, but
Like, his only words that he knew were like, "Hey yo, you got hotspot?"
he always wanted that hotspot. And I don't blame him because there was no real internet there.
No.
And
Shitty reception as well.
we couldn't do anything. Like,
Yeah.
But let's be honest here. Like, it was good. It was a
It
good
was fun.
for the time.
It
like
was
the
fun
age,
at that, yeah.
The age.
I mean, we're already kind of at the limit for age. I think it was already because we were getting pissed about the stuff during the day we had to do. I remember like someday we just locked ourselves in the room and we were supposed to go to like they had these like daily activities that everybody had to go to. Everybody had to do it, and we were just like, no, we ain't doing it. And then they just kept knocking and knocking and knocking. Like you gotta like, and we're just like, I think we gave in the end, right?
We
But it
did.
was like,
We did. I told them.
but that's
why.
when I think that's kind of when we realized that we're getting a bit older now for fun side. Like the DJing thing and the golf part for me was fun, but the activities they had us do was like, bro, let me chill in my room.
Mm. And especially when we were there for 2 weeks. I mean, 2 weeks, that is a long time.
2 weeks and you're doing like, I mean like the water park or what was it called? Like we went to the water park once, right? Or we went to something else. I know 1 week it was the water park.
Well, I never did the water park one. We would go to the beach. We went to the beach.
But then we go. I don't think. Okay, maybe it's possible. When we went to the water park, I don't think that was week I was with you.
I think that was probably 2020 when you were there, when I wasn't there.
Could be.
But
Could be, yeah.
with Bruno, we originally started communicating with each other in 2019. Of course, I got your Snapchat. I only knew Bruno for 2 years as Epic Boy because that's what he put his Snapchat name as. And I was like, I have no idea what this dude's name is, but I saw your name. I saw your name on Facebook as a recommended friend.
Oh, really?
But I didn't know if it was you. I was like, I have him on Snap or whatever.
I don't think I have anybody from Funside on Facebook.
It just got recommended to me for some reason. It was like, okay, that's his name. Okay.
Maybe through Funside or something.
You probably like the page or something. And it's like,
Probably,
okay,
yeah.
suggested people. Well.
Yeah, because I think I followed them or something.
But Epic Boy. Bruno.
I had so many bad nicknames. Like on Steam, I was like Epic Gamer 204, or like sometime I had like a username. It was like just die already.
Mm-hmm. You told me about that on a call, yeah.
Or I had like just some random ass Chinese characters as my username. So when I go into a video game, they think I'm gonna be like something amazing, and then everybody be like, "Yo, why are you at the bottom of the leaderboard? You thought you were Chinese." I was like, "Nah, bro."
But it was so funny. For 2 years, I only knew him as
Beef
this.
Symphony.
Oh, Beef Symphony. Do you still use that as your main email? Cause
No, it's not my main.
well, for BPXtra, some of it's connected to it.
Possible, yeah. Because I keep like all the the newsletters and that type of stuff, or like for the stuff that I don't want to give my like personal Gmail that I use for like more serious stuff. I give that just B Symphony cool. Oh shit! I just doxed my Gmail.
Who uses Gmail? I mean, who uses Gmail anymore?
Everybody can send a mail to it.
Good. Okay,
send me shit.
Send one to me too. Shinzan@shinzan.hu. Fine. Or
send me shit. Just don't send illegal stuff. I don't want my Gmail. I need that account.
Sign up for newsletters.
I need that account. I'm not accepting any kind of spam or shit.
That's lovely.
I just block you.
Blocking people on email.
Reporting and blocking on email. I was toxic. You're getting blocked on Instagram and then you get blocked on email.
You know it's bad when you get blocked on email because they're like
SMS.
No.
Once you're blocked once your phone number and your email is blocked, bro, give up.
Just
give up.
Done.
You're done.
But Bruno is one of these type of people. Like when we first started talking, it was during the DJ class that we had, and you had to ask one of your friends. It's like, who is that? Who is that guy again? Do you remember doing that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. I was like, who is that dude? Why is he so big? He's like 20 years old, not fucking 14.
That was... what times those were, eh? What times?
And we had Balazs then, right?
We did.
So we had, there was like, because a week after, it was a piece of shit dude.
Oh, Lord.
What was his name? Not even important.
Not important to remember.
No, we're not going to even mention his name, but I can't even remember his name. He was like a real piece of shit dude.
He was not. It was well.
I'm pretty sure he was an alcoholic as well.
Well, that's when we decided to throw the party in our room. Well, the party. It's a strong statement to make, but
yeah, party that lasted 10 minutes.
10 yeah, and then we got told to shut up, and then we went outside and tried to do the same thing.
They were no. I think we were outside first, and then we went in.
No, we started it from our room because I remember a story.
Because I know we cleared out the room, like we pushed furniture to the side and everything. And then we had a speaker, but we didn't have any. There was like no booze, no nothing. We just had like juice or some shit.
Water.
So it was like water. It was like crazy ass party, bro. I was like,
it was whatever. But it was at that time I was heading to China.
I remember like late night talks with you when you were talking about your high school, and you were showing it to us, and you were complaining about it, like, oh, and we were all like, when we saw a picture of the high school, we were like, this shit is bomb, bro. What are you complaining about? This is amazing. And then once you got there, I was like, oh. Yeah, he was complaining for a reason.
It's the government. It was the lockdowns, everything. And Bruno really helped me throughout this stuff. I mean, I would be bitching with him and yelling at him and telling him what's going on. He would be watching the Chinese news and stuff and sending me stuff. And
sending you pics from traveling.
Oh, my Lord. This guy, I've never been more pissed.
This guy is in a lockdown, and I've been like, yo, check this shit out. I'm in Toronto. Yo, check this shit out. I'm in Chicago. I was like, and he's stuck in his apartment.
I did not leave the city of Changchun from.
Yeah, but now I had exams, and you were in Dubai and Mauritius, so kind of you leveled out now.
Ha!
Now we're fine.
No, but it was just that the heat of the moment thing, right? Like I'm looking at people traveling, doing stuff.
I think from that point, in your case, it was worse than for me because I had exams, but I was still fine. I wasn't locked into my apartment.
Oh.
I was like, all right.
I was sharing stuff with Bruno, and for some of the stuff you were like, are you sure like that's really going on? Because it just sounded ridiculous when you would say it to people.
I was like, I mean, it was a lockdown in China. Like, you're not gonna expect it to be like okay, you got corona, okay,
vacation,
good. Here's it was lockdown either way in most of the world as well, but not like that fucking severe. Like, that was like, holy shit.
It was next level stuff, and like,
it's a lockdown, but if you get sick, if you get corona, it's like you're fucking dead.
And I showed Bruno my health code cards and my travel cards.
The one you showed me that like like what was it, like a gym or something where they like if you get corona they just bring you in there.
Yeah.
And there was like so many people in
Yeah.
these like it just looked like labor camp or something.
They're called quarantine camps, so they would just put them in there.
That looked like torture.
But that was the things that we were seeing on the internet and stuff, right? And it's like that's happening 100 kilometers away from where I am. It's like
Also, I very vividly remember this one video of this girl killing herself. This is like some Russian thing where they would play some song, like it was always this one specific song, and then she just like sit on the
that happened.
What was it, on the edge of like something like
it was
building,
a tall,
and then she just
high-rise.
like I was like, damn, it's that bad.
Well, there was people that were losing their minds during the thing.
Like, it's that bad. Well, I was like just back home chilling, playing CS:GO all day. Like in my lockdown. My lockdown was amazing. I have school online, but you would actually just be playing CS:GO the whole day. My friends on voice chat.
Well, with me, it was like
chilling. I would go like during the day. I would go to my balcony because it was sunny. I would just sit on the balcony, eating some strawberries with some Ben and Jerry's, chilling. Just like zero fucks given.
Well, for me, it was. I would just be when I had online school in China.
I was cooking hella good food. I was cooking every day. I loved it.
This dude can cook. All right, if you need like
and I can eat even more.
This guy, every time I talk with him, it's like, I'm hungry, I'm making food, I'm eating, don't bother me, I'm watching reels.
No, look, when I'm eating, that's my time. When I'm eating, I gotta be on my own. Watching like YouTube or some shit. Like I'm watching YouTube, someone cooking food while I'm eating food that I just cooked. That's the best. Like, right, there's like Michelin restaurant, like they go into the kitchen and they film them how they do stuff, and it's like, dang, it's really cool.
But Bruno is always like, you showed me pictures on your phone, like there's hundreds of these photos of just the stuff he's been cooking.
Let me, like, if I search in my phone, if I just write into the photo app food, what do you think, how many pictures is it gonna show?
Too many.
It says 1,100 plus. 1,100 plus.
Oh, Jesus.
There's that much. The latest picture I have. Can you see it on the camera?
Oh my, no, I'm not showing. No, that's horrible.
We got, Europe finally got Apple Intelligence.
Yes, it did.
So I took this fat ass picture of him. He's not fat, don't worry. And I said, like, what was it, like, make me a picture of him eating boiled chicken or something.
Boiled chicken breast.
No, I just said boiled chicken while he's crying.
Boiled chicken and crying, and apparently I was crying in that photo.
When I was trying to get Marco, like, I was generally like make him cry. It just didn't want to. It doesn't want to generate a person that's like crying.
No.
It was like smiling, and I was like crying and sad. He's like,
and then there's me with my mainland Chinese device ass that can't get anything. I don't even have eSIM.
Yeah, I have perfectly fine eSIM. But don't you have dual SIM then?
Yeah, but
It's
it
fine.
works both ways. But the technology that I have and this stuff, cheap shit.
Same stuff, just restricted. Just some stuff is restricted, and that's
Some stuff.
And they probably give the lower quality ones. Like in production, if there's like a defect or something, okay, let's sell this mill in China.
No, I don't think so. I think.
I mean, I'm just kidding. But like, maybe like an employee store is like some phones with like, I don't know, the back is scratched or something like that.
Well, those I think you would.
Well, employee store in China, employee store in California probably has like the best stuff.
No, like some of the best Apple stores are in China. I mean, some of the bigger ones.
Yeah, but US has massive ones.
Well, of course, it's an American company.
The Apple store in Amsterdam is massive. And it's beautiful as well. It's like really nice, like architecture, like blended in. It's not like the Chicago one is really cool, but that's literally a box that has glass on all sides and like a wooden roof, and that's it. Like it's cool, but in Europe it wouldn't really fit in. I think
Not too much. Things are a little bit more like bite-sized here, I would say.
they're more tasteful.
more tasteful. All right. So Bruno's
Like, they're
technology,
like minding of the history and the culture that they're in.
you see that a lot more like here in Hungary.
Yeah.
Like there's not a lot of high rises.
You see it more in Europe generally than in the US. But that's like never city in Europe is like no way similar as a US city. Like US
No.
city, just skyscrapers, skyscrapers, skyscrapers. Here you got mostly low buildings with architecture and history behind them. Like some of the buildings in Europe are older than US.
Well, that's the other thing too. They don't have like the history like we have here in Europe.
History that we have here. Nor will they ever have. They might destroy all of it. I'm gonna be surprised.
No political conversations here happening. But Bruno's technology and the way that he's been implementing it, especially for BPXtra, I would love to know a little bit more on how you do it. Like, because I am retarded when it comes to this stuff.
The website part and everything. Or?
Website and
but we have so much content that I made that's not even that we haven't never showed, like all the visuals I've done. Or like in July, before July, I was working on like live generating visuals that are they're like a network of nodes.
Yes.
They're like, I don't know, like I had some versions of visuals that are like audio reactive. So it's literally generating in real time. Well, like, I don't know, changing sizes and some stuff or like whatever. We have so much stuff like that we never have even used.
No.
It's like 4 or 5 months of work and we just like...
It's just there in the archives.
It's there, it's pretty cool, but it's just not fitting. We can maybe once do like a short edit of like all the stuff that we never actually released.
There's so much stuff behind the scenes that never gets published.
There's so much stuff. There's so much like... For the website alone, there's a specific folder in the website called testing. And I when I have time, I like keep doing like some new stuff, like keep testing. I like making new scripts to like create the website more interactive, create something more cooler for the website, or like click on this, it's like nicer, smoother. Like, you know how some websites when you're scrolling, it's not like you're scrolling smoothly, but it's like you scroll and then it by itself like jumps to a certain section, and you scroll a bit more, like kind of like the Apple website. You know how Apple's website for products is like you're scrolling and then it's like the phone is like turning getting in, like all the parts are like combining as you're scrolling down, or stuff like that. I would love to like incorporate that in our website at some point, but that's gonna take a lot of work.
Well, that is a lot of work, and
like maybe this summer if I have time for it,
perhaps,
but it would take a lot of work. I need my money, boy. I'm gonna need to pay me at some point. I'm still unpaid.
So the
more than a year of work, I'm unpaid.
Okay, so the cameras I've given you, the microphones, and all.
I'm paid in tech stuff, and
You are.
I would rather get tech stuff than money at this point.
I mean, these things will be with you when you need them.
They're more important for me than money at the moment.
I mean, it's
money for me is for food.
Most of it goes to food with Bruno.
Food, money for food, and everything else, they'll find its way. Find a way to get it, especially now with the PC upgrade.
And with Bruno's technology and the way he's been implementing it, and I love just talking about the stuff you're doing with your tech.
I've gotten called gadget man or like gadget boy so much, because I just have like so many unnecessary gadgets, but like to some they might be unnecessary, but to me, I've incorporated them in my life, like my average daily life, so much that it's like, if I wouldn't have it, it'll be unusual. Like at first I got those like smart light strips, like similar to these ones here, but the Philips Hue ones. And now they're like my only source of light in my room. I don't even use the one that's on top, because those are like bright as hell and they're pretty shitty. And this one I can nicely control. I can have it white if I want. I can have it mixed like a bit of white with like some colors as well. It's reactive. It has like sunset. It's like so to like wake you up and everything. And it's actually, I feel better when I wake up when I use those lights, because it's mimicking like the sun, like the sunrise. Instead of just having an alarm be like, you're sleeping, you're like bro,
blasting in your face.
Blasting. This is like nicely. You can set up like 10-minute transition, nice like sunrise. And I think it's probably been some research on it, of like, is it better to wake up like suddenly or with like a nice sunrise or something? Because you know, even if you don't have something, if you keep your like windows like no blinds or something, when you wake up, you're gonna have light in there. I kind of feel like when you have light when you wake up, it's much better.
Mm-hmm. But even with you're living in a university dorm, so it would be a lot different than when you're living at home or in your own place or apartment. So what has that experience been like with you for someone who's already been in university for almost 8 months?
I mean, the transition wasn't that bad because some of the most important gadgets that I use back home, I brought them with me.
Mm-hmm.
So like, I think besides my PC, because that's the main important thing, and the new monitor, like this ultra-wide monitor is amazing. I'm never going back to normal size monitors. But I think the most important part is my Sonos speaker, to be honest. I listen to music so much, and it's just like, it's for waking me up, but I don't have like a sudden alarm. I have like music, like chill music to wake me up. When I come home, I listen to music. When I just want to chill, sometimes I just sit on my bed or like, I got this like nice chair, I just sit in the chair, like just listen to music and like maybe drink a glass of wine or something, you know. It's just such good to have like these like speakers and music and stuff. So it's not as bad as a transition, but like I miss stuff from back home. Like I miss having a TV. I miss having like surround sound and everything, but I've lived 16, 17 years without surround sound perfectly fine. I can live with it, without it. And even today, if I wanted to have surround sound, you can do it for cheap.
But keep in mind, you're living in a university dorm where you're sharing with other people.
I don't give a fuck about the others.
Nice.
I'm blasting music during the day.
But you to share...
They don't hear it really well. They don't hear it that much because when you close the door... I'm actually surprised. When I close the door, you can barely hear the music in the hallway from my room. Like, you might hear the bass slightly, but it's insane because the walls are like paper thin and the door, like on the bottom of the door, there's like a 5 centimeter gap.
No.
So it's like, it's interesting, but all right.
Mm-hmm. But for you to share a living space with how many? 5 other people, you said? 5 other people. You've told me about the conflicts that you've had.
Yeah. I mean, look, the Dutch roommates, I have 3 Dutch roommates. Like they're in the apartment maybe 3 or 4 days a week.
Mm-hmm.
So just gotta survive through those 3 or 4 days. And then the weekend for me is the best part living there, because it's basically like I have the whole place to myself. Because I only have 2 other people then,
mm-hmm.
and I don't see them that much. They're mostly in their room or outside.
Okay.
So it's like I come to the kitchen, I can cook up some stuff. I got the living room nicely to myself, but the living room is also part, like the kitchen is in the living room. So then it feels like, you know, it's my place. And then you only gotta live through and even those 3 or 4 days, like they might be there, they might be pissing me off, and like one of them trying to bully me, but bro, you're trying to bully an Eastern European. Come on.
Don't ever try to bully a Balkan.
Don't try that. And I don't know. It just seems it's like I do want to move out,
mm-hmm.
and I cannot wait to move out because it's like affecting me. Like it's not a healthy space to live in, or especially not studying.
Mm-hmm.
I can literally not study in my room or in the apartment because it's just keep getting hassled by some of these people. But it's just like my room is great. Like I love my room and I love the living room and everything. But I would give up that big ass living room for even for an apartment where it's just like literally just my room.
Mm-hmm.
I would much rather have that because then I can live normally without people messing up the kitchen and not cleaning up after them, stuff like that. Or like one time when I was with Marco, my friend, we forgot like 2 plates of rice on the table in the kitchen table.
Mm.
And then we went out to the city. And I'm getting calls from my roommates like, how are you leaving this here? How dare you, bro? Come back right now. Clean these plates and everything. I'm like, oh my God, it's just 2 plates on the table. They're like almost like, I'm back in like 4 hours and I'll wash them then.
Mm-hmm.
And then, I don't know, when I had that big ass party with like 80, 90 people in my place.
Oh, yeah.
Before that, some of the girls were like making sushi or something to bring to some party or something.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like yeah, we're gonna clean up before we leave so it's clean for your party and everything. And I was like, okay, thank you. They leave. I go in the kitchen, pots everywhere, half full with rice. Rice is everywhere on the floor, on the table. There's like tuna everywhere.
Oh my
like
god!
They put canned tuna in sushi.
Canned tuna in
Canned
sushi.
tuna in sushi. I was like, I don't have words for that. I mean, I hate canned tuna on its own. I don't even really eat seafood that much except like sushi and shrimp and stuff. But like, you're pissed off at me for forgetting 2 plates on the table. But when you leave a mess that is like covering the whole living room kitchen, oh yeah, that's not a problem. That's we don't care about that.
Well, for them, it's
then I was the one that like washed up everything and cleaned up everything because I had like 80 people coming over. Imagine 80 people that like out of those 80, like maybe 65 I'm meeting for the first time.
Mm-hmm.
They see the kitchen with like the main like the living room kitchen in such a state. Like, come on.
But for you, is it the independence thing that you want, where it's like you control your whole surroundings?
That as well.
That as well.
Because it's just annoying to come to the kitchen to see that every single knife is just thrown into the sink.
Mm-hmm.
And the worst part is like, I bought some nice knives for the kitchen to use them, and like the first time, and then I put them in a drawer so everybody can use them.
Yeah. And
nobody gave a shit for those knives. They were just being like, I would just find them on the floor, just thrown around everywhere. They put them in the dishwasher, even though I said you cannot put this in a dishwasher because the handle is, you cannot take the dishwasher. They do not give a fuck. And like, sure, I can sharpen the knives and everything, but like, after a month of those knives, they were all, not a month, bro. After a week, they're all dull as fuck because they keep getting thrown around and everything.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, okay, I can get them sharpened, but I'm not planning to get them sharpened every week.
Yeah.
Take care of the stuff that we got here. And it's like, forks keep going missing, but then there's like, I just cannot find them, and then like the other day, it's like, the jar is just full of forks. Like, what the hell?
I think it's one of the other things living with other people. It's like you're having to, get on their ship as well, get on their way of life.
It's like it's not a problem for me to live with other people. It's like it's not a problem to live with them, but it's a problem that if they're pieces of shit. Mm-hmm. Especially like you got an apartment of 6 people. All it takes for everything to get fucked up is just one person not cleaning up or doing something.
That is true.
And that one person not doing it is then everything goes downhill.
Mm-hmm.
So it's pissing me off so much. But like now I had exams this week. I just had to like clear that out of my head. And I wasn't at home most of the time. I was at uni. Well, I live on campus, so it wasn't. I'm kind of at uni all the time, but I went to one of the buildings where we always go and just study there and just have peace. And then like after 10 hours of studying, it's 10 p.m. I come back home, and then I keep getting messages like, oh, you didn't clean this. Oh, you didn't clean that. Even though I did. And then I figured out that this piece of shit dude was like, basically we have a cleaning schedule. We have like tasks separated, and then everybody has one thing to do per week. And this motherfucker had like whatever I would have, he would have that the week after.
Uh-huh.
So basically, every start of the week, he would say like, oh, yeah, you did a shit job. You got to do that properly. Just even though I cleaned it spotless, he would just do that so like he doesn't have to do it. So I cleaned it for him. I'm like, I cleaned it now. I sent a picture in the group chat. Yo, it's cleaned. So if he next week, I mean, I'm not even there next week, but if he tries pulling that shit again, I do not give a single fuck.
There you go.
I already told him, and I said like, yeah, I cannot, like, he said like, come here, clean up right now. I'm like, bro, unlike you, because he goes to a university that doesn't have exams. Unlike you, I actually have exams to study for.
Oh,
and,
man.
Because in Netherlands, if you're a student, Dutch student, you have 10 years to finish your bachelor.
10?
And listen to this. Every month they get 300 euros. And the condition for you to get 300 euros every month without having to pay it back is that you finish your bachelor. So that's 3 years within 10 years. If you go over 10 years, you're going to have to pay back all that money.
Oh.
But the thing is, before those 10 years end up, you can change to a different major. And then you get 10 years again.
Unreal.
And you just keep collecting money. So, and also for them, university is free. For me, it's not.
Mm-hmm.
So there's literally nothing at stake for them. So if they fail university, because first year you gotta pass, you can fail only 3 subjects. If you fail more, you cannot study at the university. Well, you cannot study that major.
Yeah.
For 3 years. So for them it's like, yeah, okay, I can study. I'll just go to a different university.
They just see it like, oh, I can
me,
play
like,
it.
this shit costs, like, bro, university costs, the apartment costs. For them it's like, all right. So there's literally nothing like. There's literally no problem for them. They don't care. Like the most laziest students at the university are Dutch students. It's crazy. That's why the statistics of the university are so bad. They're like finishing 3 years bachelors in like 6 years or something.
Wow.
Because they just ain't studying. Like they study the first year so they pass enough so they can go on, and then after you finish the first year, you have however much time you want to finish the other 2 years. It's like crazy.
It is. I mean, I thought it would be
this
much
motherfucker.
better.
He said to me after I said like I'm studying and I have studied. He said that is the worst excuse I ever heard. I have exams and I still have time to clean. 2 lies. You go to a university that doesn't have exams. Second thing, you didn't clean shit. The kitchen. He was supposed to clean the kitchen. The kitchen looked like someone threw up in there. Unbelievable. Jakob, the only good person in the apartment, he sent into the group chat, the kitchen looks like someone had an orgy there.
Oh.
I was like, oh my god.
I love that. I love that guy, Jakob.
Oh my god.
Big shout out to Jakob.
Jakob is the man.
He is.
I love him when he starts like going into these thoughts and everything. It's just actually really interesting to just listen.
He's like so philosophical. Like he looks at it through like the most like.
He looks at it for a view that I would not look at it, and it's interesting to hear.
And it's entertaining too.
It's entertaining,
it makes
but it's
it
also
fun.
Interesting. Sometimes it actually it gets me like actually thinking like, oh, damn.
It's entertaining and insightful.
Yeah.
I think that's the best way to do it. So we've been talking about the negatives a lot, and I want to move away from that.
Let's
so what gives you peace as a human being? What gives Bruno peace? YouTube. Okay.
No, just kidding. I don't know, to be honest. A lot of stuff. Watching YouTube, fine. That's entertainment. Listening to music, coding. Working on a website if I'm bored. Sometimes I'm bored. I just start working on some for a website on some stuff. Making music, sure. Although every single thing I've made so far is not like my best thing I could do. I have because I'm not really good with melodies. As I finished high music school for drums, so rhythm, and with drum parts I'm amazing, but melodies is like weaker. But I'm practicing. I've been doing these beats for like 7 years now or some shit.
Yeah.
And DJing. Of course. I don't know, to be honest. What else? You know, I'm really a social person, I would say. So just hanging out, chilling with people, whatever it is. Just being with people that are friends or something. I cannot give a shit where we are. We could be in a dumpster just talking. It'd be perfect.
I definitely get that vibe from you.
Maybe not a dumpster. Maybe not a dumpster, but you know, it can be a shithole. It can be a shithole bar. It would be perfectly fine.
So you kind of look at a situation. It's like, I'm gonna adjust to that way of doing things, and if it's with a friend or someone you really know,
if it's with a friend, and it's a good place, everybody feels comfortable. I don't give a shit. As long as you're friends, you're having fun, you're talking about stuff. Sometimes it doesn't have to be fun. Sometimes we talk about topics, like especially now at university, they just sometimes start up topics about like physics stuff or like optics. I don't understand much of the physics stuff they talk about, but it's interesting to hear, you know. It's interesting to be surrounded by a lot of people that are like studying different things, and then you're hearing all these like different theories and stuff, and they're like talking about it. And it's like pretty cool.
It's a very mixed batch, your uni.
Because like I'm hanging out with people from that study applied physics, electrical engineering, automotive, what else? Industrial design, architecture.
Yep.
I don't even know. There's so many people, so many people studying so many different things. It's just you get so many different points in life from them. It's just really cool, and a lot of different nationalities. That's what was like one of my main reasons why I wanted to go study outside of Croatia. Just like meeting people of different nationalities and seeing like life at their point. Like today, we was at a park, like just drinking some beers, and it's nice, sunny and everything. We just relaxed. And we had this friend that's lived his whole life in Dubai.
Mm-hmm.
You cannot public drink there. So
Yeah.
this is like the first time in his life that he ever was just like sat in a park, sunny, and opened a beer up and was just chilling. And he was like, I cannot believe this. This is like such a crazy feeling. Like, this is so good. Like, I've missed out on this my whole life. It's like, yeah, man, we've been living this like since forever. So it's like these differences are like, so it's really interesting to see.
But did you have any culture shock when you went to the Netherlands, kind of like your friend did?
Food. Dutch food.
What
Horse
about
shit.
it? Horse shit?
Terrible.
Terrible. You don't like it?
No. Except stroop waffles.
Okay.
Stroop waffles is amazing. Let's see. What else? Do you know what they eat for breakfast? They take
No.
a toast. You know those like chocolate sprinkles?
Okay.
Those like chocolate, like rice looking chocolate sprinkles.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
They just put it on toast.
That's it?
That's it.
That's disgusting.
They have this also one snack. I forgot what its name was. It looks like a dried up shit. I'm not kidding. It's like longish. It looks like a sausage.
Mm-hmm.
It's in the shape of a sausage, but it looks so like dried up. It literally looks like a dried up shit.
Yeah, that's filthy.
And apparently they make it from like the shittiest type of meat where they like take a pressure washer and like pressure wash the meat off bones, so they get like the shittiest parts and they mix up all that shit. And that's how like you're eating something that looks like a dried piece of shit that contains shit.
That is disgusting.
And this is like, but also not like even some things that shock me is like they eat dinner at like 5 p.m. I don't eat dinner before 9 p.m.
Isn't that normal though?
5 p.m. dinner.
Yeah. Well, when you go to sleep, yeah, like your digestive system's gonna be working, so you won't be able to go to sleep.
Yeah, I mean, okay, I guess it depends when you go to sleep, but they eat dinner at 5 p.m. and go to sleep at 11 p.m. Then you
That's weird.
And then like from 5 p.m. till 11 p.m. after dinner, they just keep eating snacks and shit.
What a weird little country that is, eh?
Yeah.
Okay, so Bruno, overall, you've been living in the Netherlands for 8 months. What are like some of the things that you really enjoy doing? Is there like a special place or group of people?
Definitely, yeah. We have this one brewery there.
Okay.
It's called 100 Watts. It's at the moment like the hangout spot, I would say. Like if say in a group chat, we have this group chat of like 10 of us, I think, or so. Say let's meet up. You don't even gotta send the address. We're going there because they got like amazing food, great fucking beer, amazing beer. It's really good, especially when there's this one Slovenian waiter.
Mm-hmm.
And once he heard us speaking Croatian, and since then he keeps like hooking us up for some stuff, like getting like off menu dishes and stuff like that. So that's amazing. And as long as I'm around with friends, if it's sunny, it's beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Like, even though all the negative parts, as soon as you're with friends that you're actually having fun with, or like it's sunny outside, we go to the park like today or something. I don't care about the negatives, but it's so much sun and friends. It just makes it all so much better.
Well, I think when you have that special place, I mean, you were showing me pictures of the parks and the other places around campus.
Beautiful,
It
man.
looks great.
Next to the campus is a huge lake with this park and everything. And like next month, I call up all my Croatian friends from Amsterdam and pretty much in Tilburg. We're planning to do like a grill or something at the lake, and it's gonna be beautiful. I think. I just hope it's gonna be nice weather, because Dutch weather, it's about last 2 weeks. It's been sunny. Last 2 weeks
Very rare.
when we have exams and when we have to study the most, that's when it's sunny. And when you finish with exams, it's shit weather.
Mm.
Fine. Well, for me, I finished exams and it was still nice weather today,
Mm-hmm.
so that's good. But yeah, I just can't wait to have that grill. We're going to the lake. Just gotta find a grill though. We don't have a grill, so we're either gonna like slam some bricks on the floor and create a fire in the middle, and then put some metal rack on it, or we might like I saw on Amazon like a small grill for like 30 euros. Make a fire in it, and we might just do that. We're gonna order some cevapi in Amsterdam. There's a Balkan store, so we just get some cevapi and stuff like that from like that's like from back home. Just put it on a grill and get some beers. And it's like perfect.
That's great. It's these things like that you have like these local connections with people, as you said, with the Slovenian waiter. You know, Marco, your good buddy that you're hanging out with a lot.
Yeah, but we do need to. I need to get him on a mix again. We haven't mixed for so long now, though, because with exams and everything, and it's just like we gotta bring him in sometime for a mix. Once he gets a bit better, though. If you're watching this, no offense, but you do need to practice a bit more. He knows this. I tell him this. It's fine. But yeah. Also, he fucked up one of my mixes that was going really well.
You told me he put the bass up a little too much or something.
Yeah, he touched he paused one of the songs or something, and then and then he continued playing them and then wasn't matched anymore. But I'm not angry at him. It's like he didn't know I was recording. You know, it's perfectly fine. I don't care. Worst case scenario, I could cut out that part. You know, it's a mix after all. I can later on cut out stuff, but I don't care. You know, I'd rather just do another mix where I might get a better idea or something, or do it differently. It's gonna be something new, but whatever. Yeah.
No, that's good. And I think with the output that we have now and that I've been trying to work on, I think we're gonna have a lot more freedom with what we can do now.
Yeah.
So I think,
especially since the whole SiriusXM situation.
Yeah, I mean
I think that's better if you talk through it, because I know some parts, but not really in detail. So
yeah. So what happened was it was they were laying off a bunch of folks. So I think they lost almost 500,000 satellite subscribers from January till now.
It's a lot of money.
It's a lot of.
How much is a monthly subscription?
Like almost $30 US.
$30, and they lost 500,000.
500,000.
How are they gonna pay Howard Stern?
Oh, I don't. No, they'll still find money for Howard.
They will. That motherfucker is getting such a huge paycheck, though.
He is.
And who the fuck listens to him anymore?
Nobody, which is, you know, his golden age of radio. That's one of the things you have to understand. Like, a lot of the way I do my show and the way I conduct it with you is based on my, you know, lessons I've learned from Howard.
Still giving credit to him, though, because he did make a golden era. He had a golden era. Then
he was the king of radio.
He was the king, but he's just a dying fad now.
One of the comments I saw, he's like a menopausal woke woman right now.
Okay, I mean, what is it that he's doing everything from his home right now? Or like that?
It's been 5 years since COVID, and he still doesn't do any shows in the SiriusXM building in New York.
That's unbelievable. But he's sitting in his villa somewhere, probably.
Oh yeah, something like that. I mean, he doesn't leave the house. I mean, there was reports that he didn't leave the house for 2 years. Like, he didn't step outside anything, because Howard is a massive germaphobe.
Yeah. There's this movie, one of my favorites, Oceans. I think it was Oceans 12, if I'm correct, where they were robbing this dude's house that he never left. Like, he moved into his house, and this is like some rich dude that has like a collection of art and stuff, and he's like keeping all that crazy expensive art and stuff like that in his home. So he's never left his home. And they had some specific like word for someone, like some people that don't leave that are afraid to leave their house. They have like, there's a name for that. I forgot what the name was right now, but there's a name for it. So maybe Howard has that same shit.
I think for him it's mostly just germ. Like, he's just terrified of the coronavirus even now. Like, he still does, and he's in his 70s now. Like, he's old, and he's been doing radio since the 70s.
He can retire, bro.
If he he can retire next week. I mean, he has hundreds of millions of dollars in the bank.
He can do like generational retirement. His kids, does he have kids? Probably.
He does, yeah.
Yeah, his kids probably don't have to do work shit to the end of their lives as well. So,
I gotta say though, he's made a great impact on how radio is done, the podcasting, the radio shows, all this stuff. The shock jock, Beetlejuice. I mean, yeah, like these whack pack people that he has. You know, Jeff the Drunk. Freak you.
I don't know if it will be really with all the snowflakes today.
You can't do what
I don't think it's acceptable anymore, unfortunately.
No way. Like the stuff that Howard was doing in the 90s.
I mean, some of the stuff was a bit extreme, to be honest.
Well, he had one
Gary the retard. That was
Gary the retard, yeah.
It's a bit, like, okay, it's entertainment and everything, but
There was one episode I remember where there was a guest that came onto the show quite regularly, and she passed away of a drug overdose, and her boyfriend brought the urn into the studio, and there was still like bones and stuff, and they were like playing with the bones and stuff. Like Howard was putting it up to the mic and like shaking it around and stuff, and it's like that was in '95.
What the fuck?
Yeah, like there was no limit.
Some stuff was even back then. I think that was a bit too much.
Well, the family had tried to sue Howard, and well, they did, and it was like, But I think there was the new leadership that's now at Sirius as well. They're a lot more woke driven. So, if Howard is like, I want to move away from that.
Because today it's so easy to get cancelled. So for them to get cancelled, there's so much money lost. They just don't want to risk it. So,
but when you do the
cancel, it makes sense from a business standpoint.
Of course,
from a business standpoint, it makes sense. Yeah.
Of course, but you're losing that creativity and that freedom because it doesn't sound authentic. It's like you're going through a list.
But there is still people today with all the limitations that still are able to make creative stuff.
Of course.
So you just gotta kind of from my standpoint, it's like if you cannot manage to do something interesting, something good today, you're just not creative enough.
Yeah.
Pretty much, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you're really creative, you can think up of something like I don't know, for me, to be honest, stand-up artists these days, when I watch like a Netflix special or something, it's like 90% of the jokes is just swearing. Like, sure, it might be funny a couple of times, but give me like some original jokes, roasts, whatever. That's actually, funny, because you say, like, in the US, you say, like, oh, this fucking shit came up to me, and he was, like, some retard, so I say, like, yo, what's up, retard, fuck you. And everybody's dying of laughter. I'm like...
Swearing doesn't equal comedy.
Also, SNL. I hate that shit.
Why don't
Saturday
you like SNL?
Night Live.
Why not?
It's boring as hell. The jokes are so bad. They're just recycling shit. Something happens, they just make a skit out of it, but every time it's the same shit. There's only one single good thing on SNL. It's when what's it called? So the two dudes that like write each other's scripts. They're doing like a news skit kind of, and they write a script for each other.
Yes.
And then they don't see the scripts beforehand, so they're like, as the show is going live, they're reading from the auto cue, and it's like the most craziest thing ever.
Yeah.
That's the only thing that's like, okay, it's kind of funny on SNL. Other stuff is just like, how is this funny? And like yesterday I saw that they're doing a British SNL now. So I was like...
But SNL used to be fantastic in the 80s. It
used to be good, but now it's just recycled shit. Recycled shit, going on the same jokes, same boring stuff. I don't know how they still have so many viewers. Like, probably because sometimes you have these celebrity guests or something, musical guests. It's like this one time it was Travis Scott on SNL, and then kind of at their introduction, there's like two guys and him, and they're doing like some introduction of him. And they make like some joke of like, oh, I don't know if I'm highest in the room, but I know someone else is. And then Travis is just making this like face like,
oh, what does that
and
mean?
everybody's just like you see they added like fake laughter. It's like, bro.
But even the canned laughter stuff.
Is that supposed to be a joke or something? Like, yeah, it's a song. Okay, we know, but like. It's like
choose something more creative.
It's like it's like a 6-year-old kid making a joke like, oh, I'm high as fuck, I'm tweaking. I'm like, bro, you're like 40 years old on TV saying shit like this.
But that's kind of where the generation of media is going towards. It's like these like little innocent things, like innocent jokes and all this other stuff. You're seeing that, and it's nothing. It's not funny. It's not creative, and people are walking on eggshells around this stuff.
Yeah. No, the only funny SNL thing for me ever was actually unofficial SNL in TED. You know, when in TED they have like a small part where doing like they're doing a skit of SNL doing a skit about Ted getting. That was like, okay, this is funny, but that's because they're making fun of SNL. That's making fun of Ted.
Yeah.
So that was like, okay, this is funny, but it's at their SNL's expense. That's why it was funny, because I fucking hate SNL. I mean, I don't give a shit about it, but like sometimes sometimes YouTube is just bombarding me with SNL clips. I was like, get this out of here, bro. This is annoying.
Well, that's the sad part of being in the modern media landscape, and you know.
But there's still funny comedians today.
Of course there are.
There's like, and even with like the only good late night talk show that's left is, I think, Conan O'Brien.
Yes, I like that show.
Although he's not doing the late night show anymore, he's like doing a podcast thing now. He's like the only intellectual, funny, organically funny, authentically funny guy. He finished Harvard, or I think it was Harvard. It was an Ivy League school.
Okay.
And in some of his jokes, you can really see like his level of education comes out. Like, it's genuinely funny. I love the videos where they travel to some other country, and then they're doing a whole remote from these countries, and it's like actually doing creative stuff. And like James Corden or Jimmy Kimmel, like Jimmy Kimmel's whole show is just taking stabs at Donald Trump, which is like, to some point, yeah, it's funny. Okay, it's funny. Trump is pretty much shit. But like, look, you've been doing the same like roast about him for like a long ass time now.
Yeah.
You keep doing the same thing every time. It's just, or Jimmy Fallon has the fakest fucking laugh ever. It's so like there's nothing. Even sometimes you even see the guest being like uncomfortable on his show when he starts laughing at like stuff that's not even funny, or like not even meant to be funny.
Well, what do you think of the whole Ellen DeGeneres thing? I know this is old news, but what do you think of all that?
I was crazy. It was like harassment accusations of her and everything.
Yeah.
Like a piece of shit. I used to watch her back when she was like super popular. I was like watching clips and something. And you know, there was like that DJ dude that was on the Ellen show.
I don't remember.
Twitch. I think his name was Twitch. There was this like, he was like a DJ / you know, I wouldn't really say assistant of Ellen, but he was like part of the show. And quite recently, he unfortunately killed himself.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah.
Why?
Suicide. He just, don't quote me on this. I'm not 100% sure. But basically, he was like trying to please everyone around him, but he was actually deep down really depressed. And even his wife didn't know about it. Like, nobody knew about it. And then like, I think it was like a story that her wife, when she was going to the cemetery for the whole, what's it called, like ceremony, when they bury him.
Yeah.
And that's when she opened the wardrobe or something to like take some clothes or whatever to wear, she found like a box full of like, I don't know if it was like antidepressants or drugs or something like that, and like notes. I'm really not sure about this. I forgot about it already, so I'm not sure. But I really liked him. Like, seeing him on the show, I liked him more than Ellen. So it's really sad to see someone that was actually funny on the show gone.
And I think that's the other thing in show business is...
Also with Ellen, some of the worst parts of Ellen that I saw was when Justin Bieber was on there as a kid.
Oh.
She was harassing the fuck out of him. I'm like, poor kid. I'm not surprised that he ended up in situations that he ended up. But like, with these like kids that come super popular when they're young, it's really, really tough situations. There's not a lot of them that actually go through it unharmed.
Well, you see the effect of show business and being a celebrity. We've seen it with Kanye. Oh Lord, have we seen it with Kanye? We've seen it with Justin Bieber. You know, he was like tweeting and doing live streams and stuff. I saw TMZ reported it.
Yeah.
I was like, what the hell is going on with this kid?
Kanye, bro.
Kanye.
I love him. Well, I love his music. and I miss the old Kanye.
Well, that's what like the whole internet is saying. Yeah.
This Kanye right now is just like, some part of me is thinking that he's only doing this whole thing to stay relevant. But if he just wasn't saying, like, doing all this shit, but just making good music like he used to, he would stay more than relevant. He's like, what, 50 plus years old now?
Yeah.
Doing
50.
this shit. This fucking tweets and are like, you're more than 50 years old. You have a daughter. See, I don't know. Two. Like, come on.
I know he has some mental illnesses.
Yeah, I know he ended up in some bad situations. I read something that his trainer threatened him to, like, it was some message like his trainer threatened him to either, like, behave or he's gonna send him to some institution where they're gonna drug the fuck out of him.
Oh wow.
Drug the fuck out of Kanye, and then he's not gonna be able to do anything about it. And I'm like, reading that, it's like, damn, okay, like I kind of feel sorry for it. But then when you see all the tweets he's been putting out, like,
no, you can't be.
There's a certain point where you can still separate the artist from his art, but this now is just, it's too much. Like, the stuff he's putting out now is like, sure, like World War III song, it might be somewhat catchy, but come on.
The context
of it, like, come on. You could have written a normal song, normal lyrics, it'd still be bomb. It's such a good beat as well. Why ruin it with stupid shit like that?
I think it's you know, as they say, all publicity is good publicity. And
the Nitrous is fucking him up. I don't know if he's still on that shit, but terrible. And that Nitrous was, again, the whole part was the dentist fucking drugging him up. So it's like the people around him. Some people around him are just fucking terrible.
The titanium grill that he has in now.
You know, there's been reports that, like, people that work with him are, like, fucking disgusted because the breath smells so fucking disgusting because of that permanent fucking titanium grill.
That's what they've been saying.
Just, why do this shit? Like, ever since his mom died, it's kind of gone off hill.
It's gone downhill. Yeah. Well, his mom died in 2007, and he made an album, Donda, right? Yeah,
Donda, I think, in my own opinion, Donda was good.
It was not bad. It was like one of the Vultures 1 and 2. There was like one banger out of it.
Vultures 2 was already, to be honest, shit for me. Vultures 1, alright, some fine stuff on there. Well, like, Carnival was a big hit, but you know, it got so overplayed that it was like, you cannot listen to it anymore. Which is, in a sense, showing that it's a hit. But, you know, it's a truly, truly hit if it gets overplayed and people can still continue listening to it later on. That's a real hit. But that doesn't happen today really anymore. Like, could you listen to Despacito right now?
I can't listen to most things on the radio.
I don't want to hear that song anymore. If I don't even listen to the radio that much, to be honest, even though we're like a radio show, but our radio show is actually up to date. We're not playing a summer special song from 2014.
No, what was it? Like Radio 1 here. It's like all 30-year-old moms listen to that shit.
They're repeating the same 10 songs over and over.
Yeah.
And over. It's like, come on.
But Bruno, to wrap things up, what do you think the future of BPXtra is going to be in your mind, in your eyes? What would you like to see?
I would definitely want to ramp up the video content more, especially like short stuff.
Okay.
For clips, like for Instagram, TikTok, that type of stuff. But that type of stuff would be just more like to reach more people. Mm-hmm. But I don't think that by making those kinds of clips, we should lose quality.
Yep.
So that's definitely something like, we're not going to make like clickbaity reels or some shit, you know. We're going to have proper genuine quality just like we have right now. But we're also like, should ramp up a bit on it. Because that's like a huge thing today. Like, you get one video like that viral, anything can change.
That is true.
So something like that would definitely help the show, I think, for sure. Just getting it heard more, and then having these like longer episodes as well. Also having some of your music and mixes a bit more as well. Because at the moment, if you go on our website, it's literally all the mixes are just me. On SoundCloud, you have some stuff.
SoundCloud, well, for the website page of it, it's your stuff.
Yeah, but we gotta add your stuff though.
I would appreciate it.
Well, if you put in the CDN and you send a link,
I
can add it to the
I
server.
did. But it's fine.
Yeah.
But I'm very happy that we're a year and a few months in, and
Yeah.
for us to get here so
maybe,
far,
maybe like some kind of more interaction with an audience as well. Like during live streams, maybe some live streams we could do something, or I don't know. We'll think of something.
we have the phone lines. We
have
can utilize the phone
as
lines.
well. Phone lines. We're gonna think up of some good ideas. I can't think of them like at this moment, but we're gonna get ready for a lot of new ideas, especially this summer. I think we should do a lot of this summer, like going out as well. And we're planning, as we're talking like multiple times. Shinzan has a beautiful there's a garden down here.
Yeah, like a communal space downstairs.
It's so beautiful. So we're planning to just put up a table there, put a DJ deck there, and just film like a 6-7 angled mix. Just having like multiple views of it. I think we should also put one camera up here on the balcony, so get like a top down shot as well of the whole thing. So I cannot wait for that. To be honestly, I'm gonna bring like the best playlist I'm gonna possibly do. So I think that would be pretty cool. I think we could probably live stream that as well.
Would love to.
It would really be cool. But I would love to do it like during the day, maybe. Or we could do it during the day or like around sunset.
Yeah, like
so it's like a transition. At the start is still like some sun, and then as it gets darker and darker, it's gonna be summer, so it's gonna be like a slow sunset.
Sounds great.
It will just look beautiful, I think.
Of course it will.
Yeah.
I'll stick to that word. Of course it will.
of course we should.
Of course we should.
Of course we should. But yeah.
Well, Bruno, thank you very much. I mean, this is the first time you've done a proper
show.
little sit down and chat. And
guess what's the next thing we're gonna do right now?
It's sitting over there. All right, Bruno. Cheers, buddy.